Well, it's a bright morning here in Tennessee. We're kicking off the day. I think I'm in Jackson, Tennessee. So this is another section of our road trip here, but we're on our way to Adamsville, Tennessee for another shop tour today. We have another car collection, I believe, before we get on to Alabama for another shop tour, an interior shop. So where will we end up today before we end up getting the 413 coupe tomorrow? So it's all in today's episode. Let's see some real cool builds, let's see some cars, and share it all with you. If you're like me, kind of strange or anal, I guess, I actually cleaned my truck off this morning. It had bugs all over the front end. I had waxed the front end before I left. A clean car, a clean truck runs better, so I actually came out here about 6 a.m. and cleaned the truck off. So I like driving a clean car rather than something trash, so that's just me. So comment below, are you like that? So let's get on. Let's get on the road and go to our next stop. We have about an hour drive this morning before we get to our first stop. So we'll see you on the road. Okay, our first stop of the day is we're in Adamsville, right?
Yep.
And I have Kirby Kennedy here. We're at Kennedy's Hot Rod Shop. And you guys are right in Adamsville, Tennessee, but how long you been in this shop?
We've been in this shop for about 4 years. Dad's been in business altogether about 35 years. He went in business the year I was born, actually. And we moved to this shop about 4 years ago. We was in another shop in Selmer, Tennessee, and unfortunately that shop got flooded. So we moved here. We had about 8 foot of water in that shop. And so we moved over here. We're on top of a hill now.
So no floods?
No floods. Yeah, if it floods here, we've got more things to worry about.
So we actually met David and Kirby. I'm trying to think. I think I met your dad probably at Shades of the Past.
I think it was Shades of the Past. Probably the year we had a 57 convertible we did there, and then the next year we had the Roadster pickup there.
So the Roadster pickup, you'll see the Roadster pickup in this picture, if it's not a glare. But they had that little Roadster pickup. I think we parked next to each other when I had my Roadster.
That's when I think I actually met you.
Yeah.
That year, and then we see you about everywhere now.
Yeah, and then Kirby, you have a wagon as well. What year is your wagon? And people may know your wagon.
I've got a green 57 ranch wagon. It's not here at the shop, it's at home, but I built it at home and we haul the kids and stuff around. And then I got a Model A coupe. I built it when I was 17, 18. I was in high school when we built it. It was in Rodder's Journal and cover Rodder's Digest and some other magazines. That's it on the wall there. And,
oh yeah. Now, you still have that?
Yeah, I still got it.
Okay.
I'll probably keep that car the rest of my life.
Yeah.
It was built. Me and Dad built it together, and some friends helped me get it together. And I tore it apart a couple of years later, and we tore it apart and I freshened it up and built some other stuff. That's actually the original engine that was in it when I built it the first time. But it's a fun little car to have.
Well, take me for a tour. We're gonna go. Where are we starting at first? We're gonna kind of start. We got a little open space here, but just little collectibles and
this little collectibles
engines.
Stuff. Me and Dad's collected throughout. We got the Honda Mini Trail. It was my grandparents' first. They bought it new for my mom and hung on to it. We restored it a couple of years ago. We got stuff that we've won, stuff, memorabilia, some old racing trophies and stuff from local drag strips from West Tennessee area.
Now you have a car we're going to look at first, I believe, is a Camaro, right?
Yeah.
It's ready to paint.
It's coming apart for paint. It's a 69 Camaro. It's on the Roadster shop chassis. Independent rear suspension, LT4, 6-speed. This is it right here. This is kind of our assembly room. We got it up here tearing it apart. Finishing up, I got working on running air conditioning lines now. Gonna hide all that under the inner fender. But it's on, like I said, it's on road shop chassis with independent rear suspension, new LT4 6-speed. It's got a chromoly roll cage in it.
So it's built to go fast.
It's built to go fast.
And I'm kind of looking at all just the sharp lines and all the body work. So I mean, it's really, really straight.
We sharpen all of our lines are sharp and straight. Door gaps are all gapped out. It's gonna be a cool color too. Custom tail pan, spoiler. Tail pan, we made it. It rolls with the body and it's got the exhaust coming out the rear. Then up here under the hood, it's got custom inner fenders. Got the custom inner fenders, engine cover, one-off custom headers, J.R. Keaton.
Now, did you guys make all that in-house?
Yeah, J.R. Keaton actually did all majority of the fab work on this car. He did it. He did the headers and the roll cage and stuff for it here in-house. Like I said, it's coming apart. It's got flush fit glass on the front and the rear. But it's gonna be fun.
So when do you think this car will actually be done?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's been an ongoing project for some time now. But
when it gets done, it gets done.
When it's done, it's done.
Now, do you guys do service work on cars too, or just complete builds? Or
we do. We've actually the 56 in here. It's in for a vintage air system. Dad's finishing it up. Dad does a lot of the service work.
Yeah.
And Brett do it. The build stuff. It's 56. It's in for vintage air. Dad's wrapping it up, and then this is another Camaro on another roadster shop chassis with an LT4 and automatic transmission. As you can see, we're just getting started good on it. Filled in the firewall.
Do you guys do any chassis, or are you a dealer for any chassis?
No, we usually let the customer buy the chassis. We use Roadster Shop, Art Marson majority.
Okay.
We just finished up a 65 Impala on Roadster Shop chassis. It's not here. It looked like a really good car until we got it tore apart, and it had a lot of ugliness under the paint. So
doesn't it seem like that's the way a lot of them are?
It's always, that's the way it always goes. It's actually had new quarters put on it, but they weren't. It was a little roughly done, put it that way. But then.
So would you consider this like a fab area?
Yeah, this is our fab area. We got a P6 pull max, bandsaw, metal lathe, TIG welder, metal brake. Then you come back here in this back area, the paint and body room. We got a little C10 truck we've been working on. This truck was started by was being built at another shop, and unfortunately the shop owner passed away. And they brought it here to finish it up. So it's about
stock chassis.
Yeah, it's on a stock chassis. It's been sleeked out though.
Yeah.
We still got to finish the exhaust on it, but it's gonna be a nice truck. It's got an LS engine in it, automatic. The guy that owns it was actually his grandfather's truck. He bought new.
Wow.
But,
is this a local truck?
Yeah, it's a locally owned truck.
Now, do you guys have people from all over the country, or is it more local?
Yeah, we've done stuff for people away from here. We've done stuff for. Right now, we've got truck in the back storage areas for a guy in Texas. The '69 Camaro in metal shop. It's for a guy from Memphis, and then right now the majority of the rest of the stuff is local people. stuff for local people here.
Now, when we say Adamsville, Tennessee, how far are we away from Nashville at this point?
We're about 2 hours. We're kind of
Okay.
in between Nashville and Memphis, but we're right on the Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi state line area, right there in that corner where those three hit.
Okay.
You can be in any of those three states in about 30 minutes.
And then Alabama, a couple hours from Alabama?
About 30, 45 minute drive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're right there at it.
Okay.
Right there in the north.
I have no idea where I'm at. I've been driving back roads. So I started off in Ohio and then went to Martin, Tennessee, and then ended up here in Adamsville, Tennessee. So it's my first time Adamsville, Tennessee.
But this truck, we got the bed. The bed's in the paint booth. It's ready to be sanded off to paint for final paint. It's getting close. It's probably the next vehicle out of the shop, I'd say.
So you guys really do everything in-house. Do you wire the cars too?
Yeah, we do everything except upholstery.
Okay.
And we've had some Paul Atkins has done some upholstery work for us, so we got a local guy that helps us out a lot, really good. There's a car out front we'll show you that Steve Holcomb did the interior and the but back here's our storage area. It ain't nothing neat, organized, but it's
but there's some cool stuff in storage.
I tell everybody it's kind of like going to a swap meet back here.
Yeah, so you just kind of look at all the projects, and we'll walk through some of these, but tell us maybe one or two of these. And
this red 62 Impala, it's for it was a local car. Locally, this car was sold new locally. It actually came in for a stainless steel exhaust, and it ended up being a full build. But it's waiting for upholstery actually, but it'll be out soon.
But you think, wherever I go, you think it's just a red 62 Impala and it's just normal, but you guys did a lot more work, like the bumpers and tucking, and
we made one-piece bumpers for it, and we tucked them to the body on the front and rear. It's got
all the trim is all new and perfect and chrome, and
we got Dan's Polishing across the road. They do all of our chrome work, and they redid all the trim on it. It's got a 383 and the original 4-speed in it.
Wow.
But like I said, this car is pretty much done other than upholstery. It's waiting its turn there. This pickup here, it's for a guy from Texas. Taking a little break from it for a short time, but we're gonna get back on that soon, hopefully. We got a roaster shop chassis for a 61 Impala, 61 bolt top we're doing we'll start soon. 36 3-window. Dad started that car for George Poteet. Been years ago, and they were going good on it, and then George had to change it. Well, actually, I think they started building the 3-penny Roadster, and George decided to stop building it for a while, and ended up, make a long story short, Dad ended up with it. But it's got a lot of work done to it, a lot of metal work. The headlights have been lengthened, the bottom of the fenders have been reshaped. It's got a custom one-off dash in it, custom deck lid. Dad made a new deck lid for it. It's still got the George's badges in it.
So when you say George's badges, a lot of people don't know what that means.
Okay.
So tell them, what's his badge say? Because the camera won't really show it.
It is Camel Toe Racing. That was his racing thing, and he had some one-off badges made. It's got his logo on it, and
we'll show you that again here real quick if you can pick it up. And then the wheels are kind of, George had the wheels made, right?
George had these wheels made. They're copies of a Halbern, and the car still got them on there. They're true knockoff wheels.
I think you should sell the wheels to me.
I thought about robbing the wheels and putting them on my model load and not telling Dad.
Yeah, and it has George's. He had those knockoffs made, right?
Yes, he had those knockoffs made. Couple, I don't know how many sets he had made, but the car still got them on there. But Dad chopped the top on it when he was building it, laid the windshield post back on it. It's got some sedan delivery seats for it that he had. But it's set up for a small block Chevy and a 5-speed right now. Someday.
And it's what chassis is under it?
Pete and Jake's.
Pete and Jake's chassis.
Pete and Jake's. It's got a independent front, parallel leaf in the rear.
Now, do you guys have anything for sale at all, or do you ever sell anything?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Because we always get those questions, right? What's for sale?
What's for sale?
Yeah.
That car probably can be bought, but we'd like to finish it ourselves. I mean, it's too much.
Or maybe if you had a client that wanted to do it and you guys finished it.
Yeah, something like that. But then this car here popped up on Facebook the other day, and Dad bought it. It's original 3-window body. It's Henry steel.
Wow. Already chopped and everything.
Already chopped. And then the guy had this Roadster. He bought it also off the guy.
Now, could the Roadster be bought?
The Roadster can be bought.
So what year of a Roadster is it?
It's a 30-31.
Okay.
Originally, the car was, at one point, was on the show Happy Days. The body was, and then they tore the car apart and rebuilt it into what you see now. But we got a stack of paperwork with all the history of who all's worked on it. It's got a TCI chassis under it. Gene Winfield made some, it's got like aluminum panels under it with louvers, and Gene Winfield made them, and we got the receipts from where Gene,
really?
I think he charged him $75 to make it in like the early 80s.
Wow.
It's got louvers all in it. It's cool.
So if someone, I'll do a quick show of this, just the Model A Roadster. Looks like a 4-bar and everything like that. Does it have like a ladder bar underneath the rear or something?
It's got coilovers and 4-bar on the rear.
But if they wanted to contact you guys, what's the best way to contact you guys? If someone wanted to buy this car or have you guys do some work or a project or something like that, what's the best way to get in touch on something like this?
We got a Facebook page. They can reach us through that, or just call us for cell phones. Dad's number's 610 or 731-610-7373.
Okay.
And give him a call. I mean, he says he don't have emotional attachment to cars.
Yeah, yeah.
He got 2 that he won't sell, and I'll show you one of them here in a minute.
Yeah. But it's a nice little Roadster. If someone had to have something like that, I mean,
you can hop in it and hit the key and it'll fire right up first time every time, and it's quiet. The brakes, it'd been setting and the brakes wasn't real good on it. We got it tore apart, putting brakes on it right now. We rolled it back here because we was waiting on some parts. We had to order some parts waiting on them to come in. But it's a good little car, well built. We had it up on the rack, been all under it, and it's a well built little car.
Nice.
Go anywhere in.
Then I see a little 62 wagon here.
Yeah, it came in for some local guy bought it. Wiring harness. It needed a new wiring harness. We did a new wiring harness in it and redid some of the trim in the back. It was kind of beat up. Put Dakota digital gauges in it and just kind of upgraded some stuff for him to make it a little easier. Got cruise control.
So another one that you just servicing it, getting it ready to really be driven.
Yeah, it needed just a little bit to be good, reliable, get in, go wherever you want to go comfortably.
Right.
But it's about ready. The 46 convertible, Dad bought that car when I was about 5 years old. And that's the car I pretty much grew up going to car shows in. He kind of just throwed it together, I guess you could say. I mean, it was well built, but it was in primer paint, and so we run the wheels off that car. And that's the car I grew up going to car shows in.
So is that going to be redone then?
Yeah, we tore it apart a few years ago. I mean, it just needed going through, finishing up, freshening up. And we had the floors it needed new floors. So we built all new floors for it and fixing the rust in it, and hopefully start putting fenders on and start setting gaps and gapping everything out in it.
Nice. Nice.
The little blue go-kart on up there, Dad gave it to me when I was 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah. And he used to carry car shows for me. That's just something cool, I guess you could say.
So have you guys, or has he been collecting just sheet metal and
Yeah.
fenders forever? I just see fenders all back through there, and
You know,
hoods, and
you work on this stuff, you accumulate a lot of stuff. That door up there, that's off of the town that I grew up in was in Selmer, and that was, me and him went to a old barn and an old junkyard, and there was the 2 front doors off of that police car that a police officer wrecked laying in there. So, and it's all old hand painted stuff. And we got the other door hanging up in there. So he kept one and I kept one.
wasn't stickers back then.
No, it was all, there wasn't no stickers back then, but he actually remembers when they wrecked it.
Wow.
But yeah, we got fenders and just stuff. 55, it's in for some service work for actually a relative. And,
Says it's junk.
that's what the tax
License
says.
plate says junk.
Don't look like junk, though.
It doesn't.
Yeah, we got fenders, and, like I said, it's like coming to a swap meet back here in this area.
Now I know you guys have 2 finished cars we're going to check outside, right?
Yeah.
So
They're outside.
tell us a little bit about, I guess, which one you want to look at first, the 56 or the Bronco?
It don't matter. We'll look at the 56 first and see it. The 56 is actually built. The 56 was actually built about 10, 12 years ago by another shop, and they got it done, and they had a 350 Ramjet in it, and they enjoyed it for a while, and the customer just wanted to update it a little, so we put a brand new LS3 in it, and I made the engine covers for it, and made the breather tube for it, and it's got a 4L60 in it, but it's more up to date now, I guess you could say, but it's ready to go home where they can drive it and enjoy it more.
Now I'm gonna have you shut the hood again. I'm gonna show one more clip of this, but you also did a lot of work. So I noticed details, right, and gaps, but just the gaps in the chrome where everything is lined up and the hood is lined up. You did a lot of work to that.
Yeah, the hood, he wanted the hood fit good, and he wanted to know if we could kind of tweak the hood a little and make it fit a little better, so ended up putting a new hood on it. And I don't know if you're familiar with 56s, but these 2 pieces of trim very rarely will line up good, so actually I reworked that trim and this trim so it would fit, and Dan's polishing is right across the road, so he took care of redoing all that for us.
Well, it looks so much better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So,
But just a super nice car. The car really pops in the sun and everything as well. I don't know if the camera will do it justice. You can see it when the sun hits it on angles. It's really pretty outside.
it's got Steve Holcomb did the interior probably, well, when they finished the car 10 years ago. It's got a Steve Holcomb interior, and we updated some other little odds and ends stuff for him.
But it hasn't been too many places.
No, it's never been. I don't think it's ever been to any show actually, other than a local show here and there. But it drives good. It's actually on an original chassis that the owner built himself, and I mean it drives and rides phenomenal for original stuff.
Wow. And then let's check out this Bronco over here. Tell me a little bit about the Bronco. You guys did a complete build on the Bronco.
Yeah, we did the complete build on this Bronco. I guess we finished it last year. I guess when we finished it. It hadn't been out much, but it's kind of different. Broncos are that stuff's getting hot right now. And but this Bronco, It's got the original. It's actually got the original 302 engine in it, transmission. We custom, or Brett Stevens does our paint work here, and he custom mixed the color and painted it, did all the paint and body work for it. But we reworked the fender well openings so that they match the front.
Huh.
I actually took a driver's fender and reversed it.
Let's go over to the side where we can see it in the sun.
We tucked the bumpers.
Super clean.
It's got a.
I like the steps that come down, right?
It comes down. It's got vintage air, radio, Bluetooth. I mean, it's coded digital.
And again, all the gaps are super nice. You see the steps went back up, but just super clean and straight.
Brett, he always he likes making his lines real sharp and straight.
Right.
So he did the same on this one for us.
Wow. And you said the body on this was really good shape.
Yes, this car, or this Bronco, it originally came from Florida, and it was super solid. If you're familiar with Broncos, you know how notorious they are for rusting out. But it was, I think, seems like we had to fix one spot of rust in the passenger side floor pan, and it was like the size of the palm of your hand. It was a little bitty, but it was a real nice body. We cleaned up all the cowl, you know, I don't know. Originally they got a big air box right here, and we filled all that in so it all matched from both sides.
Super clean and sanitary, and
yeah, you know, just clean and simple. Keep it clean and keep it simple.
yeah, newer headlights, but I like the bumpers all tucked in, and
It's kind of different for us to do because we're used to working on, you know, street, I guess you call street rods, street machines.
right.
Do something like this. It's actually the second Bronco we've done. We did another one a couple years back. It was a white one. But
I'm gonna do a quick walk around to this one just to show you guys a little bit more. Again, even in the frame rails, again, it's all been off the chassis. Just really clean, painted, but the gaps, the body lines are just beautiful. So they do great work here, super slick and straight down the side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just very nice down the side. If someone is interested in a Bronco, for our Bronco fans, we actually have one listed on our website right now, opposingcylinders.com. These are getting to be big money.
they are.
But
20 years ago, I never thought a Bronco would be the hot thing. But
yeah.
They are.
not cheap, but I guess when they're done right, you know, they are big money. But I guess it's like anything else. I mean, realistically, to have something like that built, if you start replacing floor pans, you doing the body work and building the motors and all the fab work, and you can have a lot of money in anything.
It go quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it adds up quick.
Now I think we're gonna do one more stop, right? We're gonna do, where are we gonna go next? And we don't have to say the exact location. This is a private collection, right?
We're gonna go over to a local customer of ours, and we'll show you his collection. He's got a lot of cool stuff, and he's got a car in there we did, and we're actually gonna be doing one for him coming up soon in the next, well, I think it'll be far off. We'll be starting on it for him.
Nice.
But we'll go check out his collection.
Now, do you guys have an Instagram or just Facebook?
We got Instagram and we have Facebook.
What? Give me the Instagram name and Facebook name.
Instagram is Kennedy's Hot Rod Shop.
Okay.
And then we have a Facebook page also.
Okay.
Kennedy's Hot Rod Shop on Facebook.
Okay. Okay. So if you guys are in the area, not that you're going to stop by, but if you're looking for a hot rod shop, these guys, we've known them for several years. Not that they need more work. I don't think they need advertising because they have a full shop. That's not what this video is about, but it is someone that we've known for a while, and they do great work, and they're very cost affordable.
Yeah.
With their shop rates and everything else. So great shop. We're excited. Thank you, Kirby, for inviting us along here. And I think we're going to see these guys gathering at the Rock too.
Yeah, I'll be at the Rock. I'm probably going to be in my wagon out there, and I think Dad's going to try to bring that little orange roadster if if he still owns it.
Yeah. So someone pick up that Roadster. Give David a call on the Roadster if you have an interest in that. Or if it doesn't again sell, it'll be in Oklahoma here in probably a month and a half at the Gathering at the Rock. So we're going to get on the road. If you like the video so far, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button below. But check these guys out on their Instagram and Facebook pages. You'll see some of their previous builds there as well. So we're going to get on the road and show more to you. Okay, part 2 of our episode here. I'm in a private collection, undisclosed location. I don't know where I'm at either. I just know I'm in Tennessee. But I'm going to show you some amazing rides, and I've already put my name on a few if I could dream and have a few of these. But let's show you a few cars in this collection, and let's take a walk through. So one that I really love here right off the bat is this 57 Chevy, and a lot of these are on a chassis. So this is on a Roadster Shop chassis. You see the LT4 underneath the hood, and just run down the highway in the 57. So we have another 55 Chevy. So this one's all done. This one's on a stock chassis, but all detailed underneath the hood. Super slick, all leather interior, and just a beautiful 55. This one, I want to say the 57 was built by Paul Atkins. It is on a chassis, the Roadster Shop, I believe a Roadster Shop, if not Art Morrison. But some of these, they're amazing, and I've never seen them, and probably you haven't either. So Paul Atkins interior. All decked out. We'll look underneath the hood here as well. So you see a lot of metal work. And the car is just amazing and beautiful. We'll go down the side here. So that's kind of the Tri-5 row here a little bit. The truck over here was the gentleman's grandpa's truck, and it's been fully restored. You'll see kind of behind me, it was fully restored, and I think they just probably used it on the farm or something like that and towed hay and things like that. But it is a seafoam green. He said his grandpa never had his license, so it probably never got out of second gear when his grandpa had the truck. But now it is a fully restored truck, and just beautiful inside and out the bed. But the colors are really cool color inside, or on the truck rather. Got the original motor, again, everything fully restored. This one, if you remember Kennedy's Hot Rod shop that we just came from, they did this car. So it's on a chassis, so another car on a chassis you hop in and drive. I think they drove this one to the Gathering at the Rock last year, but you have another LS motor. So you see the theme, chassis, cars, drive these cars really anywhere. The gentleman said, hey, if I can't drive it, I don't want it. So all these cars are actually used and driven in the collection, but beautiful. And then we have two kind of matching. Both of these were built by Paul Atkins. So this one has one-off wheels by Jesse Greening Auto Company. But again, on a chassis, either a Roadster Shop or Art Morrison. I want to say a Roadster Shop chassis. Another all decked out LS engine underneath the hood. The interior is beautiful. Of course, it's a Paul Atkins interior. Nice digital gauges, just beautiful. And then with the truck kind of matching here as well. Again, similar setup, chassis, LS, all fuel injected. And then again, fully Paul Atkins interior. And I love the lighter wood in the bed that you see, to kind of go with the lighter yellow. But just beautiful truck. And then we have another car. Let me kind of go around this way. We have another car, again, similar setup, chassis car, LS. So several of these are Paul Atkins built cars in here. The story on the 57, I'll go back to here. Supposedly this one was out of Elvis Presley collection. So supposedly Elvis Presley used to own the 57. And then we'll just show you the Roadster. So just beautiful. Again, fully restored inside and out. So this side is amazing. And then we go over here where it's a little bit more original. Just a super solid car. The truck, he bought this one on eBay and then put a chassis and put a motor in this one. So again, another just a nice LS, so you could hop in and drive the truck anywhere. Sam Foose actually built the blue 36. So built the 5-window. Sam Foose built this one, probably done in the late 90s, and it was one of the first, I guess, LS cars. So has an LS in it, but the interior is beautiful. Check out the tow truck here. How about this? Fully restored. Amazing. Look at the floors. Gee. So back to the Foose built car. We'll show you inside. We kind of like the armrest that was made for it as well. But real pretty interior, real pretty blue on the car. And then just a couple old Model A's here, old pickup truck. Again, everything's, I keep saying restored, but they are, and they're in amazing condition. These vehicles are inside this collection. So what do you think? Comment below. What is your favorite ride that you see in here? I mean, there's a couple over there, some of the Paul Atkins cars. Wow. I think one of my favorites, I said, man, I'd love to have the black 57 with the chassis. He said, that thing going down the highway, just put it at 80-mile-an-hour rides just as good as a Cadillac. So I think the black 57 for me, but I'll tell you what, the 54 and the yellow truck, really, and that one, I mean, I don't know where you could go wrong. And I love the white 57 as well. But what an amazing collection. Thank you to the gentleman that allowed us in today to be able to see this and share it with you. That's one of the blessings of my job, is just to be able to go see amazing collections like this. Thank you to David and Kirby for help setting this up as well. So we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Comment below, share your thoughts. Where do you think we'll end up next? We're on the road again. The video really isn't over yet. We're still going. I forgot. I still have one more place to go. This is going to be a long video for you. I have one more shop tour to go, and we're heading to Alabama next. So the video continues. Don't stop watching. Continue watching here. You can still like and subscribe, but we're on the road. I have a few hours to drive to Alabama before another day starts tomorrow and a new video. So keep watching, more to come. But thank you for watching this section of our episode today here in us private collection, and we hope you enjoyed what you saw here today. We're back on the road here. I've been on the road for 600 miles so far. I have no idea where I'm at, but we are heading to Alabama and M&M Hot Rod Interiors, and getting ready to cross a cool bridge here. But just a lot of Tennessee back roads heading toward Alabama, and just pretty views. You got to enjoy just traveling. I guess this is Tennessee River. So get out there, enjoy traveling, see the sights, go back roads, meet people. That's what it's all about. Okay, third stop of the day. I'm still in, well, no, I'm not in Tennessee. I was gonna say I'm still in Tennessee. I'm in Alabama. I'm outside Coleman, Alabama. And where am I actually at?
Holly Pond, Alabama.
Holly Pond, Alabama. So if you know where Holly Pond, Alabama, it's probably 20 minutes off of Route 65, but I am at M&M Hot Rod Interiors in Holly Pond, Alabama, and we're gonna show you another cool group of hot rods, and I'm gonna introduce you to Wayne here as well. He's gonna give us a quick tour of the shop, so you can follow them on Instagram, M&M Interiors, or is it M&M Hot Rod?
M&M Hot Rods.
So M&M Hot Rods, so Kyle, you can edit that. M&M Hot Rods on Instagram, and we'll tag them below in this video so you can give them a follow and check out some of their other rides as well. But let me introduce you to Wayne. So Wayne, tell us how long you've actually had the shop here in Alabama, and have you always been in this building?
Not always in this building.
Okay.
I've been in this building since 2000.
Okay.
Started out in a little small shop. But I've been in business 42 years.
42 years. So you've probably done 5 or 6 interiors.
A few. And throw in a few tractor seats and bulldozer seats too.
Yeah.
So a
Well,
little bit of everything.
Give me a quick tour, and let's start back here at this one. What are you doing with this car? Is it 35?
35 Ford Cabriolet, all steel. We're doing a kind of a beige tan leather, dark brown stitching. I'm gonna make a custom convertible top in brown stay fast.
Okay.
So it's going to be a really, really cool car for a customer in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And so you guys do tops, seats, interior, really anything interior related, any type of material, you guys do it.
Yep. Anything related to the interior of the car and the top, we'll do it.
Okay. Let me show you a quick one around here. What color is the interior going to be in this one, you think?
Pretty much the color of the center part of the car.
Okay.
We kind of tried to match it to the center with the dark brown stitching.
Where's this car out of?
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee. And then you told me earlier as well, you do all these in about a week, right?
Oh yeah.
One week.
Takes a week to pick out the materials.
Yeah. 7 days. On TV, that's all you need, right? So I just assumed 7 days he would be done with it.
That's it.
That is sarcasm, by the way. He doesn't finish them in a week. Yeah. So, and you can help out clients as well, actually pick out the colors and the material, because some people, maybe like me, think they have a good idea, but you can kind of coach them through some of that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can kind of, we've been doing it so long, we kind of know what looks good and what don't. And some people come in with some crazy ideas, and we kind of have to steer them around to something that's gonna complement the car and not take away from it.
But that's important, because you can actually help out with that, and a lot of people come for that advice as well, because you have the experience behind that, right?
Yes.
I think that's important, because I don't go to maybe a hospital and tell the doctor how to operate on me.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think giving input is important, but you go to an expert like this to actually get the opinions and everything.
And I try to get input from the customers. If they can tell me what they don't like, that's almost as good as telling me what they do like.
Right.
And it works.
Tell me a little bit about the 55 over here. Are you doing a full interior in it?
Full interior. We have a Eric Brockmeyer rendering for it. The interior has a lot of machined aluminum. So Greening Auto Company in Coleman is doing all the machined aluminum for us. But this car is 1,100 horsepower to the rear wheels.
Really?
Yes.
What motor's in it?
It's a twin turboed LS 427.
Wow.
The guy loves horsepower.
Wow.
Built by the Street Rod Garage in Grant, Alabama, and the owners live in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Okay. So really, you do stuff from all over the country.
All over.
And famous and non-famous people.
There you go.
So let's show you this one real quick. Killer 55. When do you think this one will actually be done? Jesse's still machining some pieces?
Yeah. They're just now starting to run pieces, so we probably won't really get a good start on this car for another couple months.
Okay.
It'll probably be out next year.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a killer piece. Especially, is it going to be a black or what color?
Yeah, kind of a black.
Okay, a black leather.
Black with gray stitching.
Yep. Obviously you can't see much in here now. It looks kind of plain Jane, but you get an idea of the car. So I'm sure the interior will set this one really apart from everything else. Now I see a project here, right? And this one is yours.
That was mine.
So tell me a little bit about the project and what's the deal and what are you going to do with it?
Well, it's going to be a full fendered traditional hot rod, like a late 60s, early 70s theme. I posted a picture a few months ago to chop or not to chop. Overwhelmingly, do not cut that car.
Right.
So we're gonna cut the roof insert out. The roof was filled back in the 50s, so it's gonna have a soft top insert and full fendered 327, 2 4-barrels. Just a traditional little hot rod.
Well, that's gonna be cool. And he already has the engine here, right? So it's it's ready, chassis ready. It's just
ready.
And you're gonna try to do a lot of this yourself.
I'm gonna try, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I've got friends that can bail me out when I get in over my head.
Right. Well, that's super cool. So this is going to be a real neat hot rod. Now we have a really cool roadster. This one has some history behind it.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the roadster here.
The car's been built at least 25 years. It was built by Boyd Coddington. It's a Marcel bodied, steel body car. All we're doing is updating the interior. The interior was showing wear, and we're going back with the original red color, changing the seat up a little bit to fit the customer, and he's going to drive it.
Now, do you know how many Marcel's Boydsters were actually done?
I do not.
Okay, because I know it wasn't many.
It wasn't many.
Right. So I asked Wayne, at first I said, is that a glass car? No, it's a Marcel's body. So for those of you that don't know Marcel's, California, right? It's all coach built type stuff. So they made a buck and built this car around it. So we'll give you a quick walk around, but I think it'll look good with the red.
I think so. The name of the car was Simply Red. And I think that it was built on the TV show that Boyd did back in the day, the American Hot Rod.
American Hot Rod. So you see the original Boyd wheels, all the independent suspension underneath. We'll show you that. But there's actually quite a bit of room inside.
Yes, it is.
And then you guys actually form all the foam, so you kind of get a real good idea. So they made the door panels and they'll cover all that stuff, but they're really fitting the foam to sit low enough, and so you're underneath the windshield, so you're positioned right in there. And what the nice thing is too, you actually get some of your clients in here to fit them inside the car.
Yes, we actually fit this guy in the car, and Gabe had done the interior originally back then, and we kind of kept the same height and everything on the seat that Gabe put into the car when he did it. So I kind of had a starting point on that.
Right. Well, this one will be really cool. Again, you see the front independent suspension as well. I like this stuff. Some people may think it's just like a Speed 33. That's what I thought it was at first, but when you hear a Marcel's body. Now, I just got a Marcel's badge for my Kugel Murrock.
Oh, that's cool.
They only made 100 of them, and I put it on the column drop and everything like that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But you see the inboard shocks, all that stuff, so kind of trick and really neat. For this car. Now, one last one I really want to show as well. We got a little Nova over here as well, but I want to show the truck.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about the history on the truck here, and what all you've done on your own truck.
Well, the truck, my dad bought the truck new. I was with him the day he bought it. I was 11 years old. I learned to drive in the truck, took my driver's test in the truck, drove it to high school. Pam and I dated in the truck. So it's got a lot of sentimental value. And Goolsby Customs in Hueytown did all the chassis, set the engine up, got it put together, and then Greening Auto Company took it and wired it, got it running, got me going up and down the road, and I actually got to drive it for the first time in 25 years about 2 months ago.
Wow.
So it's gonna be fun.
An original patina, original paint.
The truck was painted in 1988.
Wow.
And one of the top custom painters in North Alabama painted it. So I'm leaving his patinaed paint job on it.
Wow. A very cool truck. But just the right stance. It's got the right suspension set up now as well. I think these are really starting to come into their own. And then are you going to do a seat in it as well?
Yeah, I'm going to build a seat. I've got some distressed leather from Douglas Leather, the carpet and the leather from them, and I'm looking forward to it, getting started on it.
So when do you think it'll be done?
Next year.
Next year?
Yep.
That's probably the tough thing, being the interior guy. How do you work on your own?
Oh my goodness,
and work on everyone else's, right?
You just have to come in on Saturday with blinders on,
right?
Walk right past all the other cars and go to yours.
Right.
That's the only way you can do it.
Right. Now you guys do, you said probably 5, 6 cars.
Now we're doing 5 to 6 cars a year. Pam and I have slowed down. It's just the two of us. We're getting older, and we just do what we can do.
But the nice thing about it is the quality hasn't changed. I've seen several of their cars that they've done. The first one I saw, I think, well, I've seen others, but I probably didn't know, but I saw the black 5 window that you did for Steadfast.
Oh yeah, for Steadfast.
And which was a Hot Rod of the Year. That car was amazing. It's all distressed leather, but the quality on all their rides, I know you've done several for Jesse as well.
Yep, done a lot of work for Jesse.
So they do great work, but if it's something you're looking for in interior, this may be a place that you consider as well. You can reach out to them through the Instagram or give them, again, we'll tag them below, but that's one of the reasons we're glad to stop by and just check out another interior shop. But thanks, Wayne, for the invite as well.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for coming out. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
And we just did a post, right? We did a post, hey, we're going to be in the area at Jesse's, and he's like, hey, stop by.
Yeah. Always good to visit.
Yeah, and this was the first time. This is the first day that Wayne and I met, and we feel, at least I feel, I won't speak for Wayne, I feel like I've known Wayne for 10 years already.
That's exactly right. We've been talking and talking cars for the last 2 hours and had a really good time.
But that's what it's all about. So give these guys a follow. Look at their Instagram. Check out some of their other builds. I'm going to show you a little bit on the walls. You may recognize some of the previous interior work that these guys have done here as well. But if you like today's episode, I'm going to say it before the pictures I'm going to show on the wall. Give us a like, hit that thumbs up. By all means, hit the subscribe button. And we appreciate you watching today's video. And we're going to see you on the road. We're still in Alabama for our next episode. We're back at Greening Auto Company picking up the 413 coupe. So you're going to see that, learn a little bit about some of the changes that we've done. And I'm going to try to give you a little behind the scenes at Greening Auto Company. I'm going to try to get Jesse to show us a new project as well. So stay tuned in the next episode at Greening Auto Company. Let's show you a little bit more inside the shop before we call it a day. So you see just previous builds around here, a lot of well-known, these are all magazine cars, so low car, Camaro, we got a lot of stuff and just a lot of historical vehicles that the shop here has done. Just magazine articles all across the top. I'm going to show you a few more here. That's a Greening Auto Company built car. That car is crazy. There's a Goolsby. That's Jesse's car as well. You may recognize some of these. That's an award-winning car, Goolsby. I remember the Willys.
Oh yeah.
Well, Willys was over the top. Yeah. You see the Willys up there. That was the 5 window. So again, Hot Rod of the Year. So these guys, so they've done Hot Rod of the Year. There's they helped out with the Street Rod of the Year. You guys did the Maverick for Jesse. So Street Machine of the Year. You just see all these different famous builds. That's the type of quality that they do here at M&M Hot Rod Interiors. So that's it for today's episode. We're back on the road, and thank you for watching.